Hey yo.
Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo.
Ryan here at the Daily Toast. It's episode 2 of 10 pages. We're going to talk about a very sensitive topic, being Mental Health Awareness Month. I thought that it would be appropriate to talk about mental health, and so I'm going to share with you my mental health history. Throughout my life, I've struggled with mental health. My earliest memory of mental health struggle was around the time I was 5 years old. Was a very energetic child, passionate. I had learning disabilities. I got held back in the first grade because I couldn't read.
Kid can't even read.
At that time, I got put on medication. Ritalin. Eventually came off it though because it made me really depressed. Cry. I would have outbursts. It wasn't a good mix. It was revisited by the time I got into middle school. Around the 6th grade, went on a school field trip, got into trouble, brought me back to see a psychiatrist, and they put me on Concerta for ADHD, and they put me on Paxil for depression. I got put on that. Results, it was immediate. I got better. Started doing fucking amazing in school. I got like a AAA+ on writing this essay about Slake's Limbo. Have you ever read it? It's really good. I was on that, and I stayed on that up until I got into college. I did have instances around the 5th grade where I contemplated suicide. You know, when my mom brought me into a mental health place and they assessed me and all that shit. I didn't get committed and whatever. Come college, first girlfriend breaks up with me. I lose my shit. Take medical leave from school. Incredibly fucking depressed to the point where I write a suicide note. And my mom finds it. Forces me to go in. So I get committed to January Hospital. And I'm there for a couple of days. Put me on med. Eventually go back to school. About a year or two later, I transferred to the School of Visual Arts. There, and I'm excited. Big leagues. Like, I'm fucking shooting with the pros, you know? November anxiety attack. I can't make it here. I suck, bro. I'm not good enough.
They say I'm no good. What if they say, get out of here, kid? You got no future.
So again, I go home, taking a medical leave. Again, I'm dancing with the idea of suicide. Again, I am committed, and this time sent out to bougie-ass fucking mental health place. Michael Jackson's been to, like all these celebrities and shit. Go there, get on meds, whatever, get out. And then over the course of the next few years, I'm good. Eventually get off medication, struggle here, and the idea of killing myself comes and goes as I go through shit in my life. My most recent, though, mental health crises happened in the summer of 2021. I got into fights with a lot of people. Billy Fish, Joe Atkinson, Greg Preston. I mean, the fucking names go on, dude. I fought with everybody in the industry.
Hey there, wise ass.
So I made a complete fucking ass out of myself. I was going manic at the time. Went through a lot of shit. I got arrested. I got into a fight with my dad because he fucked me on the money that he owed me for my mom's estate. Me and Billy were going fucking fisticuffs. I was going absolutely batshit fucking crazy. My sisters were freaking the fuck out. Yo, you need some fucking help, dude. I then broke my leg, moved up to Poughkeepsie, had to start gathering back the pieces, fixing what I fucked up, because it was all on me, dude. 2022, I got a job working at Polar Home Services as a dispatcher, and it was a good job. Benefits, you know, all kinds of good pay, awesome employees, all that shit. Around April, May, I started to really get depressed again. Like really depressed. Living next door to my ex-girlfriend of 7 years. Not the healthiest thing. But I also wasn't doing my part to fucking make my life any better. And I started really contemplating killing myself. Started looking into ways of killing myself that would be the least painful. Because I'm a fucking pussy, right? Even though I've gone through all these injuries and shit, I couldn't kill myself, right? I stumbled on the idea of so I tried that, and I bitched out like 3 times. Still going back and forth about it. I'd go to work and look up ways to kill myself. My boss not knowing whatsoever. Come around June to visit my brother's daughter in a dance recital, and I'm sitting in the audience and I'm bawling my fucking eyes out. As I'm looking at my niece thinking, you're not gonna know me because I'm gonna be dead, and you're never gonna get to fully know who I am. So I couldn't keep myself together. And my sister Christine could see that. She knew I was fucked up. The next day, I wake up, sitting on her bed, and I'm bawling my fucking eyes out. She's like, you gotta commit, you have to turn yourself in. Like, you're gonna, like, this isn't gonna work anymore. Begrudgingly, I did. They drove me to the hospital. And I told them the truth. My intention was to kill myself on my birthday. I don't want people remembering me twice. I just want to do it on a day where you only remember me once, if you remember me at all.
Why make foolish space? Yeah.
committed into Danbury. I got sent over to a psych ward down in like fucking wherever. And I was there for about 2 weeks. And of course, they threw med after med at me. And at that time, I was still just struggling with insomnia, and I was getting taken care of, kind of. I got out. When I was out for about 2 weeks, I was staying with my sister at the time. They didn't want me staying in my apartment, being by myself, because it was too much of a risk. And so I stayed with my sister. I was on medical leave, but I wasn't getting an income. Tried filing for disability, but that took months, and that actually just never happened. But I wasn't good. I was fucking out of it. Second time that I went in, I couldn't sleep. I was really starting to lose it. I went manic again. Tried to hang myself in my apartment like 3 or 4 times. I then, like, you know what, fuck this. I'm gonna slit my fucking throat instead. Like, that'll be easier, quick. And once I do it, game over, bro. It's done. Like, and I started looking it up. What's the artery that fucking kills you? So one morning I got up. I didn't have anything in my house that was sharp enough, so I drove myself to Home Depot. And I'm driving there in the intention of buying razor blades to go back home and slit my fucking throat. I'm driving there. A voice comes into my head. It must have been my mom. So I just turn yourself in again. Turn yourself in. Go back home. At that time, I was in outpatient program. Wasn't fucking working. So I confessed to them that I was probably like I was fucking losing it, and that I needed to go back in. And I had second thoughts, and I was like, I don't know if I want to get locked up again, because if you've ever been in a psych ward, it's pretty much like going to jail. You can't have certain things, you can't wear certain things, eat when you're told. It's very fucking strict. And so one day I drove myself to the hospital, brought myself into the crisis center. They brought me in. I was there for about a month, and they threw every fucking drug at me that you could think of, to the point that they were putting me on injections, which I was completely against because it cost $3,000 fucking dollars a month. You know, when you're there, there's not much you can do aside from read and pace the fucking halls. And I was in there with some fucking crazy motherfuckers talking to themselves. This one guy thought he was a doctor. So I was in the fucking funny farm. I got out again, staying with my sister again. About a week later, we went out to an event. I started having a panic attack. The point that my sister thought I was gonna throw myself out of the fucking car. Again, I had to go back in. And right before I went back in, I tried to kill myself again. And I tried taking all of my medication that was prescribed to me. And my sister caught me. She flipped the fuck out. Into Danbury again. I passed the fuck out. Woke up the next day to a one-on-one, which is somebody that watches you at risk. You can't be left alone. Went in again. And I was there for about another 2 weeks. And then I finally got out, but it took a fucking while, bro. Probably about a year for me to get back to where I needed to and like be able to sleep without drinking. But the medication fucked me up, dude. It made me gain a shit ton of weight. It affected my appetite. It just was no good. When I moved out to Utah, I couldn't afford my insurance because one medication, and I was on 8 maybe, was about $1,500. Who the fuck's gonna afford that? That was my journey, and is my journey with mental health. It's something that I'll be battling with for the rest of my life. I don't think people understand that. And I also don't think people understand that mental health is not something that you can put people into categories with. Mental health is a case-by-case basis. We all have different environments, different upbringings, different chemical imbalances. I think mental health is a lifelong journey, okay? I don't think that you can easily put people into categories like they're manic and they're bipolar and whatever. Yeah, you can't throw medication at them. You can't be like, well, you should have therapy. It's a combination of shit. It's a fucking crisis in this country and throughout the world. It's not being addressed properly. It's never been addressed properly. It's gonna take years for us to get to the right arena of addressing these issues. Mental health has a long fucking way to go. And I also am very skeptical about drugs because a lot of them are new. What are the fucking after effects? I don't know what the effects of those drugs are. I don't think that the pharmaceutical companies know either. That said, that is my journey with mental health, and I'll be on for the rest of my life. What's your journey been like? Have you had experiences with depression, bipolar, mania, any of those? Drop a comment below and let me hear your story. My name is Ryan, and this has been another episode of 10 Pages. Stay tuned for our next episode.